Morning, John.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Very clearly, yes, all is well.
Good.
And you look like you've got the sunshine in Cambridgeshire.
Very much. I've had to pull the curtain down so we're not dazzled.
You can't win here. It's either too bright or not bright enough.
Not this time of year, no.
No, I'm in Somerset and it's very gorgeous here at the moment. Clear blue skies, lots of sunshine. Lovely.
Good. Hope it warms up for us.
John, I automatically have these sessions on recording. Are you happy to have it recorded, or would you rather not?
No, that's fine.
Sometimes it can be useful to go back to later.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you were very clear in what it was you'd like to cover this morning. So why don't I let you share the screen and you can perhaps go into your parish online and show me where you are and what it is you'd like to do.
Okay, it'll take me a moment to bring it up.
Yeah. Traveling at the speed of Microsoft. You're on Windows?
I am indeed.
Yeah. Well, we can't all be perfect. Whilst you're waiting, John, you mentioned green spaces in your email.
Yes.
Have you found the green spaces layer that is put out by, I don't know, Natural Heritage or somebody? Has that been of any help to you?
It might be. I've not met that.
Okay, well, we'll look for that then.
Yes, it's worth making sure I'm going about it in the most efficient way for a neighbourhood plan, for example.
Yes, exactly.
And I thought my needs are fairly straightforward. They're nothing like as complex as for a planning application.
Well, these things are always complicated until someone has said, hey, do it this way. And then it's suddenly a lot easier, I think.
Yes, it's obviously a very comprehensive package.
Huge, yes. As I say, I'm very impressed with it because I've seen lots of packages come and go over the years. And I think this was a very fine one.
Yes, do you know who was the author? Was it a commercial company?
There's a company called Geosphere, which is Geoxphere, and they're based in sort of the Basingstoke area. They started about 10 or 12 years ago. Guy called Tristram Carey started it. He's an ex-naval officer. And he then brought in the current CEO, who's a guy called Chris Muse. And Chris is one of your wonderfully relaxed, easy to listen to type people who does the most of the video recordings on their training site. And I think he's extremely good at putting up the training videos, but he doesn't believe in short ones.
Right.
So if you've got a spare hour, he's great to listen to. But if you need to see something in 30 seconds, then we need to come up with an alternate.
Yes, to someone who's using this regularly or as part of planning or a district council, it's obviously a very powerful package.
Yes, it's for a neighborhood plan. It's the I think it's the best mapping system to use, but of course you need to produce most of the plan in something like Word and just bring the maps in as necessary.
Yes, I made a start on that. We've got the skeleton of the neighbourhood plan, and now we're filling in with history and...
Well done. It's a huge job, big undertaking.
Yes, well, I'm running a one-man band at the moment. We started off with a team, but unfortunately, human nature being what it is, I think motivation fell, perhaps didn't have the skills needed to support it. But anyway, we've made good progress, and I'm hoping we'll get a draft plan in the next few months.
Well, I think it's very brave of you because it's a big undertaking.
Well, I'm used to slogging through long projects, so this isn't an exception. You just have to keep going, one foot in front of the other, as sometimes they say. Anyway, I managed to load up Parish Online. I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing.
Not yet. Are you familiar with sharing a screen in Zoom?
Perhaps you'd better talk me through that.
Okay, so down the bottom of the screen, when you put the mouse down there, there should be a green icon called share.
Let me minimize this for a moment. Yeah, okay.
So if you click on that, then it says, what do you want to share? And the best thing to choose is desktop. And then there's another button down the bottom right where you click on share itself.
Yeah, I'm not seeing desktop.
What are you seeing? Your windows?
I'm seeing basic, advanced, whiteboard.
Do you have Parish Online up and running? So you should be able to see that.
Yes, I can see that.
Well, click on that one then, John. That would be easy. And then click on the share button down the bottom right. There we go. That's good.
Right.
So now I'm seeing your Parish Online perfectly.
Good.
So just as out of interest, to save duplicating work, if you go up to the little magnifying glass on the top of the left column, click on it, come down a little bit to your right, a little bit to your right. There you go. Yeah. If you click on that and then type green.
Just green.
Yes. And then you see the one that says Ordnance Survey, Open Data, Green Spaces.
Yeah.
And if you click on that and just click on the sites, the second one down, and then that will pop up the green spaces that it knows about in sort tree. So do you see the ones that are popped up there in sort of a bluey green? Go to the map on your right, just above the word sort tree CP, there is a turquoise sort of bluey square that's, oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So if you click on the one with the gray box next to it, just click on the, or actually click on the, click there.
Yeah, it looks like St. Judith's.
And then if you go up to the left column and click on green spaces sites, and now it tells you which one it is, and you've got an ID, but there's no name to it. But do you recognize it as one of your green spaces?
I think we've only got a couple of formal green spaces in the village.
Right. And then the ones that are shown up in green, just there's one above to the top left of this one, and there's one straight above it, I think. So if you can zoom out a little bit, yeah, there's that one off to the left. What's that? If you click on it.
There's one in Rowell Way.
Yes, now is that?
Yes, I'm not sure if it's designated as a green space.
Now it says play area on it, so that's probably a play area. And then there's another one over at the children's nursery on the right.
The little one.
Yeah, the green one, the square one, sorry, oblong, rectangular.
Yeah.
If you click on that, does it come up with anything? No, it doesn't. Okay, so that's a separate layer. Is that the layer that may be the layer that you've created?
Yes, I think it's a playing field.
Okay.
It says children's nursery next to it.
So I think what you're telling me is that none of these is the one that you're interested in.
Not at the moment, but part of my work is to try and identify areas that could be classified as local green spaces.
Okay, well, those are the ones that the Ordnance Survey has got classified as green spaces in your area.
Yes, I wonder if their definition is the same as the NPPF.
Probably not. So to get rid of those then and avoid confusing the issue, you can click on the X at the top of the left-hand column. Yeah. And then click on the green spaces sites layer. Go down to where the tick mark is and just click it again. And they all go off. That's good. So now if you go back up to the magnifying glass at the top of the column and just click on it, and now click X to get rid of it. And now we're back to where we started, having determined that there are in fact no green spaces that you're interested in today. So I think you said that you created a layer for your green spaces, so it's presumably in parish layers.
Well, I've got two areas I was experimenting with. One is called pond and the other is called the green.
Okay.
But that's as far as I got, really.
Well, that's fair enough. Let's take a look at the green, shall we?
Yeah. But there's no area associated with it. That was where I got stuck.
Okay, well, that's because it's expecting you to put it in. So if you, are we in the right part of the map to put in the green?
I'm trying to get to it.
Okay, no rush.
For some reason, it seems a bit sluggish. Maybe the sharing is affecting it.
You can never tell what the internet's going to do.
Not with Microsoft, certainly. So there is the green.
Perfect. Okay. So what we need to do then is to add that to your layer as a feature. And the best way of doing that is to move your cursor down to the tick mark in the green layer to the left.
Yeah, I'm trying to make notes of what I'm doing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. If you just
do I click
anywhere on that layer, John, just do a right click. And then you're going to go to add feature.
Right.
And if it helps, I'll show you a help place where all this is listed out for you.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so the layer is the green. So what we need to do now is to give this name, sorry, this area a name, which is also the green, which is fine. So just type in the green there. Good, and today's date.
Right. Will it come up with the calendar? Yes, it will.
Yeah. Good. And now if you move your cursor into the map, you'll see it changes to a crosshairs.
Yes.
And what you can do now, oh, well, you clicked.
I haven't clicked, I don't think. There's a spot.
Well, I think we have an issue. Oh, no, you are an area. If you go to anywhere on the edge of the green, doesn't matter where, and just click once.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so if you just leave it where it is for the moment, just as you draw your line along your mouse, a blue line will follow you.
Yeah, I've got
so
that.
just take it to, well, here, move it back to another part of the green, just an edge, any edge of the green, and click again once.
Yeah.
So just move it to the edge of the green.
It's drawn, it wants to carry on drawing a line, doesn't it?
Yes, it will. That's what you want. So just go down and touch the edge of the green and click once. Just click once, and now follow it around. That's right. Each time you want to change direction, John, just click once. That'll do. Just click once there. Yep. Good. Just go on round, and you can be very rough. It doesn't need to be exact at this moment. We'll tidy it up later. So I would just do a straight line from there back up to the top. Go back to this. Yeah, all right, you can do. That's good. Yeah, go back up to the top and then just double click.
Right, so
good.
Drawing.
Then go down and click save on the bottom left. And don't worry at all about the fact that it doesn't match up yet. We're about to do that. So if you click on save in the bottom left.
Yeah, I'm just making notes of what I'm doing. So I don't.
Oh, of course, I'm sorry. Yes, I forgot that.
Bottom left save, right?
And you've now saved successfully, and you want to stop the feature editor because you're not, it assumes you want to add another area, but at this stage we don't want to do that. So click on the X at the top of the left column again.
Right, so I exit feature editor.
And to tell you the truth, you don't actually need to write all this down because I'm going to show you where it's already written for you.
Oh, okay, because I get lost in the detail.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Then
Yep.
you'll.
Well, we'll proceed at your speed.
There we are.
Okay, so now if you click on the red patch, anywhere in the red patch, you're going to go into edit mode on this particular entry. So click on the green in the left-hand column. And there's the data record for this particular piece of land or property, and you want to edit it. So you want to click on the pencil in the top left.
Right.
And then we'll show you the reason that you're doing that. Right. So now, if you go back to the blue outline, you'll find that it's extremely simple to just move that to the edges. So if you just want to pull that any area down to there you go. Yep. And if you go back up to there, just pull it down to the left. Absolutely right. Yep. Keep going. Excellent. And now you can take that bit that's, yes, just pull that in. There you go. And so it's just a matter now of tidying it all up the way you want it. And sometimes it helps, John, if we zoom in to a bigger scale, and then it's easier to see where everything is. You get more precision that way. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So you can pull a little dot into the edge. There you go. Yep. Yeah, you got the hang of this. This is good. So the way to do a corner like that is to click the dot where you want it on the corner, and now move down a bit further down the line. Oops, no, go back to the corner.
Isn't that the way to do it?
Yes, just click it. Now, you've done it. Okay, well, that's great. You really got the hang of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
and it's much easier to do it this way than to try and get the outline precise the first time.
I mean, that should be accurate enough. I would think.
Absolutely, yes. So now you can just save, bottom left.
Right.
And you're done. And you'll find that it's measured the area and the perimeter for you. So those facts are in the left-hand column, which can be useful, particularly if you want to get a certain percentage of your property, you know, the land in green.
Right.
Green layers.
I'm not seeing the save.
No, you've already saved, I think. It is saved.
I wasn't aware of that, but somehow. Okay.
Yes. Well, so that's in great shape. You're all done on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are there other green areas? Or I tell you what, whilst you were here, you wanted to print that out, didn't you?
I shall need an image somehow, either, well, probably a PNG for a Word document.
Absolutely. So if we go up to where it says print on the top line,
yeah,
and click once there. And then in the left-hand column, it said, what do you want to call this? And just for today, call it the green test or something.
Right.
It's entirely up to you what you put in here, so you just be helpful. Okay. And then if you think it's going to need a bit more data, you can say where the green is, you know, the green in the high street or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the layer where your mouse is at the moment, you have a choice of printing this as a PDF or a PNG. So PDF is a document format, a PNG is an image format. And for the sake of your neighborhood plan, it doesn't matter at all which one you choose.
Well, I'm familiar with PDFs. I don't have too many things.
So then you have choices further down. The legend will just put the color red and say this is the green. So I don't think you need that. A north arrow probably isn't necessary, but is sometimes helpful.
Yes, I'm in favor of that.
Okay, usually you don't need to hide the author and you can ignore the toggle mask. So let's just do this because we're practicing now. Let's just click on print. And it thinks to itself where those buttons are, the arrows are circling. And now it says you're ready, but you can't see it anywhere, which is really confusing. You need to scroll down. There it is. So if you click on the arrow now,
in that little box.
Yep. Just click there. And it will come up in a second or two. There we go. Now, that may or may not be what you wanted to produce, but that's how you do a print.
Sure.
And then in the top right corner, probably where there's a picture of you and me at the moment, which you can move, there is either a down arrow so that you can download this as an electronic file, or there's the image of the printer, and you can print it out on paper.
Yeah. Okay.
You have a choice of either.
Well, I'd normally save it anyway and then print out later if I want to.
Perfect. Yeah. So
it should come up.
Yep. Just give it a little time. It's obviously, as you say, it's a little slow today. Then you can just store that wherever you wish. Yep.
Well, I have a file.
Neighborhood plan.
It's a neighborhood plan.
Yep.
Well, I'll keep it where it is at the moment.
Yep.
It's given it a name.
Yep. Just click it on save then.
I take spaces out and I put something in to show when I did it. I think it's.
But it's got a date on it, so.
Yes, it's when you look at the file directly.
Yeah, absolutely, no, I understand that.
When it came back, but it's got ahead of me, so I've got that.
Well, you can just go back and rename it if you want to.
Well, that's fine for the moment.
Okay, so that's how you add an area, a feature to your map, and how you print it. Let me just take a look at the other things that you wanted to do. It's also, we've shown you how to amend the layer. So I think link a map area to the layer data. Did we cover that really in the way you wanted it?
I can't add columns. That was something I was keen to do.
Yeah.
Shall I close this down, or what should I do?
Yes, come out of the print. If you go up to the very top, just click the tab that says XMap print way up the top. Not that one. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So now you're back into XMap. Sorry, Parish Online. If you click the X at the top of the left column.
It closes it. Okay.
Yeah, and now close and click it again. And now we're back to normal.
Right.
So what you wanted to do was to amend a layer, to add in a column or change a column. So the way to do that is up in the top right corner, you've got another cogwheel next door to the box that says search postcode.
The admin.
Yes, exactly. So go up to admin, click on admin.
Right.
And then you have to wait patiently because you're downloading your layers from the cloud. So just hang on a second. I promise you it's happening.
Right.
And we're just waiting. There we go. So if you click now on the green, just click once to select it, and then click the pencil to edit it.
That's the clue, is it? So
and now you're back to your columns. You can do whatever you like with them.
Right. So if I just want to add another.
And that's that one. Yes, good.
Area, date. Well, I'll just call it location or something like that.
Sure.
Leave it as a text. That's fine.
Have you worked out what that add plus is to the right of the word text? So if you want, what you can do there is put in drop down words of the choices that people want to make. So the idea of that is to avoid people putting different words in to describe the same thing. So for instance, if you had, let's just say, for instance, you had a status column and it might say things like not yet ready, confirmed by council, whatever, you can put those words in there where it says add a value. And then when future people click on the green to add a new record, they get the choice of the drop-down values. That's all that is. It's just helpful in certain cases when you want to make sure that people put the same word in each time.
Okay.
I don't think you need it today, so you can cancel it today.
Cancel out of that. Okay. Fine. So I can now see how to edit, which I couldn't do before.
Yep, which is good. Then hopefully you can save. I can't see down the bottom right. Have you got a save button down there?
Not seeing it at the moment.
That's sort of unusual.
There it is. Yes, you sometimes have to scroll down.
All right, good.
To see all the controls.
So now, just to experiment, when it's finished saving,
fine.
Okay, so you get the nice green box that says layer saved. If you now go back up to the top,
right,
there's a green icon of a globe on the third line down from the top. Yeah, that takes you back to the maps.
Yeah.
Which really is it restarts the system, because the system has to recognize the change that you've made and implement it. So it's going to bring you back to square one, basically.
Right.
So you'll find you need to select the green again in your parish layers. Right. And now if you go across to sort tree, you're going to need to zoom in a little bit. Perfect. And go back to where we've just been, which I think is that big black bit, isn't it? Yeah, the red one. There you go. So now if you click on that, John.
I'm just going to try and center it and get the scale.
Yeah, that's fine. That'll do.
Right.
So just click on it once.
Yeah.
And that pulls up the record. So that's what I call location-based data. So wherever you click on the location, it'll bring up any data for it. So on your left column now, you'll see there's the choice of the green. And the reason we're doing is you see that that location field that you've just added has now arrived.
Indeed.
So if you wanted to add something in there, you would click on pencil, top left, and it gives you the chance to change it to whatever you want it to be.
Right. Position or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Again, we're just playing around this morning.
Yeah. And then I can save it, presumably.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fine. Well, I've got a red green. If I wanted a green,
which would be a natural choice, wouldn't it? So then you're going to do now what's called styling, because styling determines the green. So go to click the X at the top of the column on the left, because you want to go back to the main layers. Then go down to the green and right click anywhere in the green in the layer called the green. That's what you're doing, is bringing up that little mini menu.
I may have lost the track there. I've clicked on.
That's right. You want to right click. Sorry, you did a left click. What you want to do is a right click.
Yeah.
Go in and select style this time.
Okay.
Now, you have a choice here. In this case, in the case of your greens, you just want to change the color. So you can click on that red color and up will come a whole choice.
Yeah.
And it's usually easy. You can choose any color you like, but it's the simplest way is to choose one of the blocks they've already got selected for you. Yeah. So if you wanted to be, say, light green, just select the light green one. Yeah, one of those, any one of those, doesn't matter which. Whichever takes your fancy.
Yes, it's got a bit of red in that, which I didn't particularly want.
Right. Well, there's more green to the right. Or if you go up to the very top layer up there where all the green is, you'll be able to click on precisely the shade you want.
Yes, I'm not fussy. I think that's fine.
Okay. So you can do a save now. So sorry, yeah, there's a save.
Oh, that's save.
Yeah.
No, let me go back again. I clicked the wrong box, but
Okay.
here we are.
So now it's changed to green. If you do a big save there.
Yeah, and it's done it.
Yep. So now if we go back to your green and turn on the green layer, the layer called the green, just click on the left. Yep. That's interesting.
Yeah. Do that right.
Well, no. So if you click on the X to the top, go down to the layer called the green and click once to turn it on.
Oh.
There you go. And now you'll see it's gone green.
Fine. Yeah.
So,
good.
So the point is, John, is that when the system starts up, it doesn't have any layers turned on at all other than the map, except usually the boundaries for the parish layers, the parish boundaries are turned on by default. So whenever you want to see anything that you've put in, you need to turn the layer on, which is what we've done by clicking once on the green. And then if you want to move on to do something completely different, you can click again on that layer and it'll turn the green off, and it just takes it away as being an unnecessary nuisance.
Right. Well, I put something called the pond.
Yes, now you've made that a separate layer, but don't you want it to be in your layer of green things?
Well, I wasn't clear what a layer meant. I could see several possible definitions of the term layer.
Yes.
It's probably not defined.
Right. So a layer is a single feature or a bunch of features that you all classify under the same heading. Oh. So I think you might call the layer, rather than call it the green, you might call it green spaces.
Yes.
And we can do that now. It's worth making a change. And then your entry for the green would be one of the features under green spaces, and pond would be another feature under the green spaces.
Right.
And fortunately, the system lets you copy features from one layer to another. So if we were to create a layer now called green spaces, we'd be able to copy the green and the pond straight into it.
Right. So yes, I see now the idea of a layer is a collection of features. That's the hierarchy, isn't it?
Precisely. It's exactly what it is. Yes.
Good.
So those other layers that you have down there, like Bill Hall, Way Hedge, is that also a green space?
Well, I didn't put those in. I think.
Oh, you didn't put them in. Okay, you've inherited those. Lucky you.
Yes, but I don't think they've got anything to them. Should we have a quick look at one?
Yes, of course. Good idea.
St. Judith's Field.
Do you know where that is, St. Judith's Field? So if you zoom out a little bit.
Yeah, quite. It probably is that area we looked at before. If I give it time to redraw the map.
Yeah.
I probably need a bit larger, smaller scale. Not sure where it's got to in the village now.
There is another way around this, which is fun, and I think it will be helpful to you to learn. So whilst we're waiting, John, if you can go up to the top right box that says search postcode.
Yeah.
Click on the little down arrow and select sort your UK addresses. Okay, now type in St. Judith's Field.
Right, I'm not very good at touch typing, I'm afraid.
All right.
If I knew the postcode, presumably I could put that in.
Yeah, yes, but it doesn't look as if it's going to find it anyway. If you now just hit return, nothing happens. Okay, so it doesn't recognize that name. That's obviously one of your local people's names for it rather than...
Yes, there were 3 parishes here, and that was one of them.
Right.
I can...
Let's just zoom out a little further and see if we see any color block. for, because it may be that he hasn't made an entry for St Judas Field.
That was my impression. I don't think the parish clerk, who probably knows a bit about this.
That might be it there, mightn't it? In the recreation ground?
Very likely, yeah. I'm just trying to pick up some of the street names.
Oh, I see. Oh, there's St Judas Lane. Perfect. Yeah, St Judas Lane is so you have found the right spot.
And that is St Judas Field, but it hasn't got any area associated with it, has it?
Well, it does. If you click on the X at the top of the left column, because you've gone into an area there, it should come back and show you. Can we just turn off the green and turn off the pond for the moment? Just click once in them. Yeah. And click on the skate park site.
Yeah.
See, does anything show up? No, nothing at all.
No. I'm not sure how skilled the person who put those in would be.
I think probably to avoid confusion, it's worth getting rid of them. Oh, wait. Sorry, what did you, there's something just popped up. See the word drain in the middle of the field?
Yeah.
See that little brown box to the top of it? Yes, click on that if you would. No, you need, let's go zooming in a bit, John, if you can, on the plus sign. That's good. So it's, yeah, there you go. Now, if you click on that, it still is not, you might need to click a bit further. Oh, sorry, zoom in a bit further, I beg your pardon.
Right, okay.
Just sometimes the map is a bit sort of sensitive to where it is. Now, if you click on that brown space, anywhere in the brown space, your left-hand column isn't changing. Okay, so there's no data associated with that. If she got as far as putting in that as the skate park, then there is no data associated, no record.
No, that's a very recent addition.
Okay. Do you happen to know that the St Judas Field, does it have a skate field, a skate park?
Yeah, it's just this last 6 months been opened up.
All right. And is it in that sort of corner where that brown space is, or is it somewhere else altogether?
It is there, somewhere there, yes, in that recreation ground. I couldn't swear to the fact that it's in the right position.
Well, I think, what's that box up at the top?
This one?
Yes. You click on that, nothing happens? No, nothing happens there either. So I think probably to avoid confusion, it's worth getting rid of those, and because it teaches you how to get rid of them anyway.
Yes, quite.
So why don't we go back to click the X on the top of the left column.
Right.
And now you're going to go back to your administration. Yeah, you can click on that one, turn it off, quite right. Go back to the administration top right. And wait for the layers to load.
I think I've done a deletion.
Okay.
You have to type the word in, don't you?
Absolutely right, you do, yes. So we're just waiting for the system to catch up with us.
Yes, it doesn't have any sort of hourglass, does it? You have to sit there and wait.
Yes,
There it is.
Okay, so if you click once on the skate park site, just to select it,
yeah.
Now you can click on the dustbin above it. That's good.
And then I write delete in the column, don't I?
Exactly.
And then repeat delete. Good.
And probably, is that also true of the Bill Hallway hedge? Do you know if you have had a look at that?
No, that should be another local green space.
Well, it might be worth just checking whether they made any entry before we delete it. So if you can click back on the globe again, top right. And then go down to parish layers on the left. And click on the, yes, click on Bill Hall Way hedge.
Yes, I think that means the hedge rather than the area itself.
Okay, and does it show up? If you, yes, exactly, scroll in a bit. Just let the system catch up with you.
Yeah. So none of this is stored locally, it's all on the cloud, is it?
It's all on what, sorry?
All the data is stored on the cloud. It's not.
Oh, yes, yes. None of this data is stored on your machine or anybody else's machine.
Right.
So do you know where Bill Hall is, or Bill Hall Way?
I think I've selected it. Can you see that triangular area?
Not yet.
It says Fen Lane to the right.
Yes.
And there's a couple of intersecting drains.
Oh, okay. And that's the Bill Hall Way hedge?
Bill Hall Way, yeah.
Well, there doesn't seem to be any entry for the layer, does there?
I suspect they're trying to highlight the hedge.
Right. Well, it looks like it's there anyway as part of the, or are you, yeah, because if you click on anything there, nothing shows up in the left column, does it? No, no, we just get the standard parish information. So I think we can safely get rid of that one, and also the old Great North Road speed limit. Is there anything there?
Well, that's something we're arguing with the county council about, so not getting very far. I don't think I need it, certainly. Okay, so
so if we turn on the old Great North speed limit, unless you know you want to get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it's
yeah, there's nothing there.
It will be adjacent to the A1M.
Yeah.
And
well, there is the old North Road there.
Yeah, there it is. That's the contentious area.
Right, but I don't see any sign indicating a speed limit.
No.
Or anything. So I think, again, we can turn that one off. So if you want to delete both of those layers, that would just tidy things up for you.
Yeah, right.
Which again, we click in the top right. Yeah, you got it.
And then
just do a pause.
It will show me the layers then sooner or later, won't it?
Yes.
Right.
There we go.
The whole way. We can remove that. Good. Goes, and I can get rid of North Road.
Now, I think what you want to do now is to add a new layer, which you're going to call green spaces. And then we're going to fold the other two layers, the pond and the green, into the green space layer as features.
Yeah, I'd certainly like to take the green in, but I'm not so sure about the pond. That's just
okay. Well, that's entirely up to you. But I think in the meantime, let's just create a new one called green spaces. So click on the plus sign in the middle. And your template, I don't think you need to select from the template, but have a look just to see if there's anything there that we want a polygon. Yes, you're going to call it green spaces. Too many E's, I think.
Too many E's. Right.
Yes.
Too easy. Right.
Yeah. And then the reason for a description is if somebody else comes along in a year's time or something and has no idea what green space is about, this is where you tell them. Right. So it's just a handy place for you to put a bit more detail of what you're going to put in there. Yep. So if you say sort of, is it green spaces for the neighborhood plan, something like that.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Hold on, I seem to have lost it. Fine.
Blended. Okay. So now you're going to create the same 3 columns, presumably as you had in the green. So click on the plus sign to the right. And I think you had what, description, location, and something else.
Date, wasn't it?
Yes. Call it whatever you like. We can always change them later if you don't like them.
Oh, that's something else I couldn't do, but.
Oh, okay. Well, again, we can show you that later.
Text.
No, I don't think you want to click on the add there.
No,
don't take that one.
Thought I was adding, but that's.
Oh, yes, that's right.
That's the add, isn't it?
Yep. Yep. So it probably does want a name, doesn't it? You're going to call each one something. So I would just leave it as name, frankly.
Right.
But then you also wanted a location one. So click on the plus sign at the top and add location. Perfect. And then you're all done. You can scroll down and click on save unless you want another one.
It's going to put date in.
Oh, yes, good idea. That's right. And you made date a required space in the first one, which was interesting.
Right. I'm just going to pause a second, if I may. I have to open the gates for my lady.
Sure. Okay.
Sorry about that. She's going out a bit earlier for her.
No problem. That's fine. So you got all the columns you wanted, John?
Right, but I can add them later, can't I?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So what I meant was, if you're happy, we can go down and save that, or whatever. Does it say next? I can't remember. You scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that out of the way. No, there's anything else?
There is something. Well, you got a Facebook pop-up in the way. Can you just click on the little X down the bottom? There you go.
Ah, right.
There, yeah, so just click on save.
Okay.
And then if you there it is.
Yeah, it is. Green spaces has come up.
Yes. So if you click on green spaces just once, and then go across to where it says columns on the layer details on the right. Click on columns.
Oh.
Now, the reason that we have to do that is you want to make one of these fields or columns required, and I would suggest it's the name. And the reason for that is that if you don't have some information added to a record, then it's very difficult to find it later.
Yeah.
But if you require a name, then you can always go and find it later. So that's all you need to do for the moment, I think. And you can save on that, which is weirdly, it's at the top left. Sorry, top right, I beg your pardon, the big yellow and black.
Oh.
Excellent. All right, so what we're going to do now is copy the green into green spaces.
Yeah.
So if we go back to the maps with the little globe top right.
Yeah.
And go into parish layers and click on the green. And then go into the green feature, the one that's showing up as black in the middle of your screen. Yep, there you go. Which the black will turn to green in a second. There we go. Just click on it once, John.
Right. So I try and set the job centering it actually.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've clicked on it.
Yes, so in the left-hand column now, you want to click on the green. Good. Now go to the 3 dots on the right. Yep.
Copy to another layer.
Exactly. Perfect.
Right.
And then it says, what layer do you want? So you're going to call it green spaces.
Yeah.
And you got a name, which is the green, isn't it?
Yes, it doesn't
Yeah.
transfer that automatically.
No, unfortunately, all it does is it saves you drawing the map all over again. So
Yeah, no, that's still quite a help.
yeah, absolutely.
Any other fields needed?
Well, I would, whatever data you want to put in there. So I think location you put as high street, and description you can put in whatever, and today's date or whatever date you wanted to put in there for it. By all means, add those now. I think it was High Street, wasn't it? Or
yeah, well, it's the corner of High Street.
you know what you also can do, which might be interesting for you because it teaches you something else about this thing, is you could put in the postcode there, and then people can always find it just by typing in the postcode.
Right.
So if you want to find out what the postcode is, you might want to just save this record, put in a date if you want to. Right. Save it.
And then I
right.
Feature
yeah, close feature editor. Perfect. You've got the hang of this, haven't you?
Coming.
Yeah, close that one.
I'm just looking to see what I want. That is the green, isn't it?
That's the old layer. So we can actually go and get rid of that now.
Yes, I could play with it, couldn't I?
But you can do it, yes, well, of course you can. You can do whatever you like. What I was going to show you is if you scroll, go down that column list a bit, go down below addresses. Well, in fact, you can stop on addresses. Oh, I beg your pardon. Sorry, my mistake. Go back up to addresses, John.
Right.
Click on that one. And you see it says postcode areas. So click on that one. And now go back to the green, and it'll tell you what the postcode is of the green. And we could change the location in your record to the postcode, and then people will always be able to find it.
Yeah.
It was just a thought, you know, it's just an idea. You don't have to do this.
No, I'm not seeing it though, am I?
What are you not seeing? Sorry.
Giving postcodes for other areas, which is very useful, but I'm not seeing a postcode for that particular one.
No, because it doesn't, it's just put in the postcode areas for where you are. So you need to scroll back to your green. Well, no, sorry, I didn't mean that. I meant on the main map, go and find the green. Yeah,
well, I clicked on it.
Yes, but well, when you, I can't actually see it. You've got the green on the map at the moment. Oh, yes, you have. I beg your pardon. So what? That's it. Okay. So that is in which postcode? It's disappeared, isn't it? Can you zoom in? Oh, there you are. PE2852, is that?
Well, it's anyone's guess. That's the problem.
Let's zoom in a bit further. It will show up. Zoom in a bit more.
A bit more. SR to me.
It won't be FR, will it?
No, S for sugar or Sierra.
Oh, there you go. Now it's PE28 5SR. So if you now click on green spaces to your left.
Yeah.
And you want to edit the green, click on the pencil. And then in location, you can just type in PE28 5SR. You can leave corner of High Street there if you want to. PE28 5SR, Sierra Romeo.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted to add a description, now's your chance.
On top of that.
Or above, you've got 2 layers up, jump up 2 boxes. Yes, there you go. And maybe you want to say there, corner of High Street and whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the other name, but it'll come, and I can edit it later anyway, can't I?
Of course, yes. So now you're happy, you can save. And I think just to avoid confusion, I would suggest that we close that one down with the X at the top. Go back up to the top right to administration. Oh, I'm sorry, you wanted to leave the green in there to play with it, didn't you? I beg your pardon.
Yeah,
So I just wanted to avoid confusion by getting rid of the one that you no longer need. So you've got green spaces, which is correct. You want to get rid of the green, I would think.
Okay, I'll take that
And
out.
it just keeps it simple.
Right.
So delete that on the dustbin.
Yeah. I shouldn't see this. I must move on. And some portraits out. There we are. I think it probably wants deleting capitals anyway.
Yes, it's very precise.
Case sensitive. Right.
Good. So, and then did you or did you not want, is the pond got any data in it yet?
No, I can use that for drawing and experimenting, can't I?
Of course you can, yes.
The pond in my grounds, really.
Okay, so go back to the maps then, but top right, the global icon.
Okay.
So what I wanted to show you now, John, is if you can go to a new tab in your browser, very top line, click on a plus.
No, I'm not sure where I'm going to find this.
Because you can't see it because you've got the share map thing there, haven't you? If you do a Control T on your keyboard.
Will it just close it down?
No, you just do Control T. And then what that does is adds a new tab. And you can't see it probably. So just type in all one word, parishonlineusergroup.com. So you hit Control T, which opens a new tab in your browser. Yeah. And then it says, so where do you want to go? And you're saying, please take me to parishonlineusergroup.com. Then hit return.
I don't think I've done this correctly. Presumably that should all be one string.
Parish online. All one word with no spaces.
Right. Okay. See if it will find that. I don't usually go with Bing. I normally go with Google, but it's unfortunately Control T has brought up an alternative search engine.
Oh, has it? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, if you want to make life easier, let's just stop sharing this particular screen because you're sharing our parish online at the moment.
Now I may be able to do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Try. Would it be an HTTPS?
I think it might be easier, John, if you stop sharing, to go up to the top and just click on stop share, the red box.
Well, I've got part of the way through.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
It was Parish Online
usergroup.com.
User group.
Yeah.
I've spelled that correctly. Let's see if anything comes up. Did I need a www? Yes, I did. Right.
It should do that for you nowadays.
Ah. Now, the problem I've got, I normally use Chrome, but for my parish website, I have to use Explorer, and it doesn't like that, of course.
It doesn't matter which one you use. If you're happier in Chrome, I would go back to Chrome. Tell you what, John, just for the moment, stop sharing.
Okay.
That's good. Now you can go back to share again, But this time, instead of choosing, I'm sorry, let's do things one at a time. In your normal Chrome browser that you prefer to be in, open a new tab and go to parishonlineusergroup.com.
Okay, let me get, yeah, I'm just trying to get some sense of my familiarity. That's not it. Try Control T again. So Parish Online User Group. Let's spell that with one too many E's again.
.com. Yeah, you need the .com.
Yeah.
And then if you just hit enter.
So I'm just correcting a few of my typos.
Yes.
Right, there we go.
And you should get a picture of the Scottish Highlands or something.
Thinking about it. Absolutely right.
Good. So if you now go down to the bottom of your Zoom screen and click on share again, and this time click on the window with the user group in it to share.
No, I think I've lost the share.
Oh, if you probably need to hit Alt Tab to come back to the Zoom meeting. So do you know about Alt Tab? Alt Tab lets you cycle through all the windows you've got open. You just hit Alt and Tab once to jump through each window. And you want to go back to the one that's got Zoom on it, which is the blue and white icon of a camera. Any success?
I've tried Alt.
So if you just press down Alt with one finger and then press down Tab with another, it should bring up all the windows available to you.
Yeah.
And then you can, each time you press Tab, then it'll take you to the next window. And you want to end up on the one that's got the blue and white icon for Zoom. Is that one of the windows that shows?
See, that says Zoom.
Yes, you can either tab over to it or you can click on it with the mouse, whichever is better for you.
Doesn't seem to want to obey, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay.
Tab.
So when you press Alt Tab, does it bring up a list of windows for you?
Yes, it's showing 5.
Okay, and one of them is the blue and white for the Zoom icon?
Yeah.
Okay, just click on that with your mouse.
Do I have to hold it?
No, you can take your hands off the keyboard.
It disappears then, that's the trouble.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay, well,
That's...
so what happens is that one of those windows will be highlighted, indicating which one is selected at the moment. And each time you hold, if you continue to hold down Alt and you tab once, it'll move to the next one. And
yeah,
you just...
I was doing that.
Okay, so it should rotate through all of them until you get to the blue icon, the Zoom icon.
I've got the Zoom icon.
Okay, and is it highlighted? Is it selected?
Return? No.
So what happens when you release?
There at the moment.
And when you release everything on the keyboard, does your Zoom screen come up?
No.
So when you're looking at your main screen now, what are you looking at?
Well, I've just got the desktop at the moment. I've lost my own. No, it doesn't want to play games. Let's try this one. No. I think we've confused the poor little thing. Yeah, sorry, we're not getting anywhere with this, but I got back to map.
You're right.
But nothing on sharing the screen.
I don't think you can share the screen unless you're in Zoom.
No, I'm in XMAC print, aren't I? It's not too helpful. And then I close that and it disappears.
If you, you're in Windows, aren't you? Is it, when you move your mouse, is it to the left-hand side of the screen? Does all the menus pop up, or the?
Yeah, they're fine.
So what happens if you go into Google?
I come back to the XMAC print.
And do you have any other choices, or that's the only one? So the XMAP print is in the XMAP window, which you should have other windows open, one of which is Zoom.
Parish Online, but we're
Yes.
not having any luck getting back to.
So could we just try the Alt tab again? If you press down Alt and Tab, what shows up?
Well, it's showing exactly the same as it did before, the 5 or 6 options.
Right, and if you just press the Tab key, leave your finger on Alt, but also now press the Tab key once. Does it change to the different one?
It does indeed, and I select Zoom, and it just shows it to me. Take my
How
finger
irritating.
out, it goes away. There should be something that would allow me.
Yes, it's, once you've got it selected, when you release the keys, it should bring up that Zoom window.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not complying.
How irritating. Right. Well, anyway, the point was, John, that on that, if you go, can you go to the user group window?
If I can find it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I've got that.
Okay, if you click on the second line down that says help system.
Right.
That should bring up a picture of Parish Online user map, the usual interface that you see.
Right.
Has that happened?
Yeah. I've got.
Okay, so each of the controls now has a help system attached to it. So for instance, if you wanted to click on print, just go and click on print.
Right.
And it should bring up a step-by-step instruction on how you use the print menu.
Yeah.
Has it done that?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, so if you want to learn your way around Parish Online, then there are 2 ways of doing it. One is to go to this map and just click on whichever button it is you want to find out about. Or there's the help desk system within Parish Online itself, which is pretty good, but I don't think it's all that clever for people who are brand new to Parish Online. Or the third option is the one that you mentioned earlier, that maybe you should have another session like this.
Yeah. Well, I obviously need to practice what we've done. We've
exactly.
gone into a lot of detail, and I get lost in the detail unless the steps are sort of something I've recorded.
Yes, well, you probably want to sort of write up your notes and add a bit more detail to it as you go through, don't you?
I think that's a good move, yes.
Yes.
But I should have enough now to be able to pick out green spaces and create them on this new layer which we've got.
I would hope so, John. And if you have any issues, you can either just give me a shout, or have I told you about the banter sessions on Friday afternoon?
Yes.
So
3 p.m. weren't they?
That's right, and you can register for them on that Parish Online user group screen. The first choice is click here to register, and you can just give yourself a date. And the only reason I mention it to you is that people are online, they're just waiting for folks like you to show up, and you can say, I had this question, and people will demonstrate the answer to you straight away.
That's good.
And it's lighthearted, it's very fun, it's very friendly, it's very cooperative, and there are a great bunch of people on board. There's usually 5 or 6 of us there. and then whoever wants to come in just drops in as they feel like it. And so if you find you've got to Friday and you've got a few questions, then you can drop into the banter session, if you will, and people will help you out. And I'll be there, but there'll be several others as well. So that's just a thought for you. Yeah. And also, if you wanted to go ahead and set up another training session, we can do that now, or you can just do it by registering as you wish.
Yes, you have this annual subscription scheme.
Yes, I'm happy to set that up for you.
That will be very advisable, because it could mean other members of the parish council could take advantage of it.
Yes, 1 second, please. I'm on another call. Bear with me.
Sorry, I'm probably overrunning our time.
Okay. So if you're happy with that, then, John, I will send you the invoice for £70. And as you say, you can bring in as many people and as often as you like.
That's fine. Well, our parish clerk will be happy to settle that.
Yes.
So the invoice is made out to Saltry Parish Council.
Correct.
Then it'll go through the normal payment process.
Perfect. So should I send it to her or should I send it to you?
Well, it's useful for me to have a copy, certainly.
Well, I'll send it to you then. Perhaps you could forward it to the right address when you're ready.
Yes, as long as I say it shows.
Okay.
The parish council. That'd be great.
Well, I hope that it's been useful to you, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, very much so. I need, as you say, to practice and make some notes to ensure that I'm doing the right steps.
Okay, John.
But thank you very much, Graham. That's very
My
helpful.
pleasure. Pleasure to meet you.
Right.
Take care.
We'll be in touch.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Bye.